Hi, I have in front of me here a professional F crimping tool, okay? So this is an F connector here, a compression type. We want to put it onto this section of RG6 satellite cable, okay? So there's different types of tools you can get. We sort of like this tool simply because it's versatile and it does a good job, okay? So what we're going to do here is I'll just show you what I've done already. With the snips here, I've simply pared down the connector here, or the cable. I have a very long length of core cable left over. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide on the F connection here. What I'm going to do next is I'm just going to show the tool itself. So the first thing to notice with the tool is the mounting element is here, and the way this works is we put the cable with the connector in the top, we have it fed through there, and what we do is we push this all the way up, it compresses, clicks, then releases and drops back down. Now depending on the type of the connector that you're using, you can adjust the height of this by rotating the base nut here and lowering it up and down, or also this connector here, you can adjust it up and down on that basis, okay? I don't know if you picked it up clearly on the camera. There's a few other things here, like there's cutters and things like that, but in reality people never use those, you just do it with the snips. So you just use this for the compression part. I'll just briefly mention here that there's also changeable heads on this, so you could use it with compression B and C connectors, things like that as well, but most people are obviously just using it with F connectors, far more common. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just display here that there's a locking mechanism here. So we're going to use this first of all, we just either side, just pull this out and it just opens it up so we put the cable in. So what I'm going to do now is that I've come along and I have a fair idea how long I need the copper tube to be. I'm just going to snip that piece of cable there, the center piece, and I'm just going to insert it like so and put it in. And if I push this cable firmly down, you can see that the locking mechanism on the bottom is locking this in. So now when I start to apply pressure and pushing it up, what's happening is the top of the plastic is getting stopped against this piece of metal here, and as I compress, you can see there's a gap between the metal and the thickness here, but as I push and push, it'll come along and I can squeeze through and it compresses quite tightly. So on that particular one there now, I've had the adjustment too high. So what I could do is I could just reduce this a tiny bit, and then the next one it won't compress as heavily. But with this one here, it's given it a rock type connection on it. But you can just see here how easy it is to do. And once you get it to the height that you want it, that's exactly what you do. So we find them good. They give a lot of good power on it. There's simpler tools we have that are handheld things like this, but they don't give quite the same level of compression on it. But this one here I find excellent. You can just see the two connectors on the far end. You can really give a strong pull on this and it's securely held. The one note I'll say to people is if you're using a compression tool like this, if you're using RG6 it's slightly thinner than previous types, things like that, just leave a little bit of braiding on the outside and wrap it down, and it just gives that little piece that the connector needs to get a firm grip on the cable. But as you can see on this particular cable here that I'm using, it just gripped instantly, give a very strong connection both ends. So that's it anyway, an overview of the professional F crimping tool.